All right, Kapil. So this is your first book. Um, and I want to know. I must tell you that it's a very daring move to typecast women, women especially, into a coffee type and a cola type. Do you think you're going to be at the receiving end of, let's say, certain disapproval, or if
No,
I
no,
can?
no, 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 not at all, not at all. I don't think. Look, it's not a serious book.
Uh-huh.
It's a light read. It's a fun ride. It's a quick paced novella. Uh, it's just 190 pages.
Right.
I would want you to read it in one go if you can. Um, this typecast word is a little tricky. Uh, and I think the word typecast is generally used in situations that are pretty serious, perhaps. Uh, this is light. I mean, you just enjoy it with the drink that you prefer,
Right.
or maybe when the coffee is there in the book, you enjoy with the coffee.
With
The
the
moment the
coffee.
cola comes, you have a cola and enjoy the book.
Right.
I don't think it's something that can cause hatred or any of those.
No, but a lot of women are either going to identify themselves with the character, or they're going to be like, oh, I don't do this, or oh, I don't behave in this way.
So I think it's great, right? It's great to find yourself in any book for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the coffee girl will, I'm sure, will relate to Radha in the book in many ways. And if you are, a cola girl or have, the cola traits, you will definitely identify yourself with Nora. That's for sure. So I think that's what the book can do. For a man again, well, it will help him know who his spouse or girlfriend or
I'm
partner
sure.
is.
I'm sure. So you just happen to mention the two main characters, Radha and Nora, in your book. I want to understand what kind of research or preparation went into making these characters. I'm sure it's not like, one person that you've picked up from your life and sketched the person as it is.
See, research, the answer is yes and no. As I said earlier, uh, this is not something that you just sit down and work on. It's something that you observe in your daily life, wherever you are. But from the time that this idea, this concept struck, I started looking at women from that prism, as I said.
Right.
And when I did that, I could get these amazing, it gave me these amazing insights about the coffee girl and the cola girl, and then came the characters, and that's how I built Radha and Nora. But I want to tell you, and even the viewers,
Right.
that this book is not just about Rahul, Radha, and Nora. This book is about something, some baffling occurrences that happen
With you.
with the passage of time.
Okay.
The book has me in it, which is going to be
Interesting.
interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
And there are several other characters as well, who are as strong and as
Important as the
as
protagonist.
entertaining, as
Right.
as important as these three. So,
Hmm.
but yes, it is pretty much on what the subject is, which is the traits and the similarities that it has with the two things.
So it just clear me, since there are two female characters. Is it a love triangle?
Um,
It's the most favorite subject.
yeah, I mean, there are so many books on this particular angle of the love triangle.
Uh-huh.
I can say this is very different, very very different because of the concept that it is. Different because of the treatment given to those characters in the entire storyline. I think it was read.
I will definitely read it. Yeah. So any favorite quote of yours from the book? Any favorite dialogue? That's going to crack the readers.
Well, there's so many. Uh, but I would, maybe read a couple of these blurbs that I call it,
Right.
where I kind of, whatever is happening in the story, I try to, with these blurbs, I try to establish the link between what's happening there and what actually the beverage is all about.
Right.
So I'll read maybe one copy.
Sure. Please go ahead.
Uh, like there's something happening in the story there, and the way I explain it to you is, coffee has a unique character to it, and a method followed before you savor it. You must break and ground the beans into powder before it can become soluble in it.
Right.
Now a man has to learn a lot from this, three
Little-
lines
Yeah.
of how should he deal with
Deal
the
and
coffee.
approach a coffee
Yeah,
girl. So true. So true.
Now, again with the cola, the innumerable knife bubbles are so tempting that you want to quickly carry them to your lips. The hissing sound they make as they burst their way up on the tip of your nose and nostrils, it is dewiness in its absolute extravagance.
Wow.
I don't think there can be a better way to explain what a cola is, or cola girl is.
It's taking me back in history. All
is
these
it?
lines, yes.
Wow.
Definitely. I am so pushed to ask you this. Are there shades from your personal life in this book? Is somehow your personal life, fleshed out in the book in any way?
They are real life observations. There's no denying.
I'm sure, but
There's no denying.
are there your experiences with a coffee and a cola?
You know what? I think with whatever that I've read, with first-time writers or authors, I think it's always the case that you pick up threads from your own personal life. Always. I mean, 9 out of 10 times. Ditto with me. So these are threads that I've picked up from my own life, from my own observations, from women I have known. Be it at work or be it in personal relationships. So it's a lot about all that, which is kind of let's say squeezed into this close to 50,000 words chronicle.
Interesting. So tell me, Kapil, why should I, as a reader, pick up this book?
I think a man will pick it up and should pick it up to know her in his life.
Mm-hmm.
A woman should pick it up to know who she is, who she thinks she is,
Right.
or perhaps to lose herself. In the sense, shedding one garb and getting into a completely new skin.
Yeah.
But I think there's one thing that I want to add here, which is very, very interesting, and for a man, that coffee is someone who you find. It's an effort from your side,
Uh-huh.
and cola is always someone who finds you.
Right. So, if you would like, can you introduce us to your 3 main characters? Their traits. I mean, something peculiar about them.
I think Radha and Nora have explained
Yes.
very well. Rahul is a young guy. He is a sales professional, and people who are in sales are quite judgmental in many ways because they have to judge the customers, the prospects.
Right.
They are good in maneuvering to some extent
Yes.
because it's a very tough profession to be in. So he's pretty much like that. He's also confused, like most men at, in their 20s are.
Oh, men are confused all their lives.
No, but in the mid 20s or in the 20s, they are, I think,
More
you're
confused. True.
Especially when it comes to relationships.
Yes.
So he is pretty much like you, who is a little confused. And then, as I said, there are other characters, who are.
There's you. I know.
I am present in the book.
Yeah.
In a way.
So are you narrating in the book, or
Yes,
are you
yes.
an integral? Oh, you're so the narrator. Okay. Okay.
That's what the book subtitled also reads. An ordinary narrative around an extraordinary premise.
Okay. Okay.
Because it's an ordinary story about guys that you find in real life, about girls that you find in real life. But the premise is completely different.
Okay. So that means the book is going to be absolutely relatable to each and everybody.
Everyone, every single person,
Right.
every single woman, every single man.
Interesting.